All right, Mary, you start.
I don't remember my life. I don't have it written down.
We usually have it written down.
There's no outline. Okay, I'll wing it. This is the Sex and Sensibility podcast. I'm Mary Zozo.
I'm Leslie Fonza, and I'm very loud.
And I'm Gina.
We're live at Vibecamp.
Doing it live. We're recording this podcast at Vibecamp in a barn.
That's right, we're in the Barn Theater where we had emo night last night.
Yes, and you know, this is not a visual podcast, but Wes has eyeliner on, and it's great. And he didn't know that a lot of eyeliner is waterproof.
I didn't. I tried to wash it off this morning. She was like, hey, nice eyeliner. And I was like, all right, well, appreciate it now because it'll be gone in a second. And I was headed to the shower. And she's like, that's what you think.
It's so hot.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great look. I've been scheming to have Wes and more dudes wear eyeliner more often. It's a really good look.
Okay, I know we're in the middle of a podcast, but I just want to point out that a penguin just came in and handed Mary a letter.
This is the Christmas card that bounced back because I moved before it arrived. So, yeah.
So you're getting your Christmas card from the penguin?
Yes.
All right, great.
Yes.
Okay, so we planned nothing for this podcast. The only plan is we're going to ask everyone to give us your best piece of sex and relationship advice. But we're not going to ask you to do it alone. We're going to start with ours. Mary, do you want to go first? No, she doesn't want to go first. All right, I'll go first. So my biggest piece of sex and relationship advice that I think more people need to hear is that relationships don't have to be hard work. A lot of people will tell you relationships are hard work. They take sacrifice and commitment and doing a bunch of stuff that you don't want to do, and they're awful, but you just do it anyway. And that's not true. They don't have to feel that way. And you, when you're doing, it's that boomer meme. It's like when you do what you love, you never work a day in your life.
When you do who you love,
exactly,
you never work a day in your life.
I do no work for my relationship at all. Everything I do, I'm like, this is what I want to do right now. Gina, what's your?
Mine is related because the way that I think to keep the work low in a relationship is that it's twofold. One, you should really like your partner. And yeah, I hear this like, oh, duh. But I feel like a lot of people end up in these very long-term relationships with people that they don't actually like, and they have this like hope that they will change over the years into someone that they will like, and like, I'll just deal with the things I don't like.
I've been in relationships with people that didn't like me very much. It wasn't any fun.
Yeah, I was around during these because, as you know, if you listen to our podcast, we are very polyamorous. And I'd be like,
very.
I'm like, what?
In the ALA survey, we're a 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5 on Glasso. But, and I sort of watched all these people who were found it very important that Wes liked them and sort of worked hard.
I did like them.
Worked hard for them, but didn't actually seem to like anything that made him Wes. So like, I don't know. It was very confusing to me. And they would ask me, how do you put up with this? You've been with him for so long. How do you deal with him? I'm like,
how indeed.
I really like him. We've known each other a very long time, and I really like him. I'm not your best friend, but I did. So that's part of it. The other part is that when you really like your partner and you want to be together for a long time, you should be on their team. Relationships should not be adversarial. You should not be in competition.
Don't listen to Twitter.
You shouldn't be trying to win the relationship by figuring out who gets to sacrifice what they want more to prove how much you love them or whatever. So if you're on the same team, then all the wins are shared. All the losses are too, but that's when you support and things like that. And then you try to figure out how to work together. It's teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. That's my relationship advice.
Thank you, Gina. All right, Zeri, you have to go next.
All right. Yeah. So I guess my advice is first, love. Oh, thank you. I might need some microphone.
Zeri was not speaking into the microphone.
Yeah. Okay. First, if you find yourself in a relationship where it feels like a lot of work and you don't like your partner, you can not continue with that. You can change it. You can communicate. You can try new things. And if none of that works, you can leave. And that sounds very sad, but it's a really good idea if you want to actually find relationships that do work.
Plus, think of the divorce lawyers.
Won't someone think of the divorce lawyers?
Nobody ever thinks of the divorce lawyers. All right, now that was our entire thing we had planned. But now it's your turn. You're going to come up and tell us your number one relationship advice. So who wants to go first? Penguin? All right. The Penguin is going to come up and share some relationship advice. All right, first, introduce yourself however you would like.
All right. Well, I'm Woob. At Vibecamp, I'm the Penguin. If you get my name, you can just call me the Penguin. I don't know if you want to rundown, but there's not much of a rundown. I'm single.
Are you ready to mingle?
Perchance.
All right, anyone out there who wants to date a penguin? We have one right here.
Penguins are monogamous, and their proposal rituals involve a rock. So one penguin will find a rock and give it to the other one, and then that's how they roll.
All right, is that your relationship advice?
Amen. Put a rock on it.
All right, do you have any other relationship advice you'd like to share?
Gosh, I think my top relationship advice would be don't have sex. Which I know, right? Hot take. But I think sex is like an important thing, and people make it too goal oriented, and it's like that may not be the best way to connect with your partner. There may be a whole season where that's not the best way to connect with your partner, and so I think valuing connection over sex is important, with the understanding that sex is like an expression of your connection. So just like taking it back a step and then saying, all right, I'm willing to wait or say no for different reasons to preserve us. I think that's important.
All right, thank you. Is it Woob? Is that how you pronounce that? All right, thank you.
I like that. There's no rush.
Anyone who's being too goal-oriented about sex needs to sign up for some of Mary Zoso sex coach's classes. And she'll get that, she'll train that right out of you. All right, who else wants to go? Who has something to share about relationships? Amanda. Amanda's in one of the best relationships I know, so I think she should tell us how to do it, but she doesn't want to. All right, does anyone else want to share anything? It's going to be a short podcast. If, here comes, we have our
Don't be a dick. It's not always about you. You're going to be a dick sometimes. When you are, it's not about them. Just be a good person, man. Just communicate. Just be chill. Be a fucking adult. Oh, hey, what's up? I'm Christian. I run AV here, and yeah, I'm single, but I've had some good relationships, bad relationships. Yeah, man. Be a person.
Thank you, Christian. All right, Amanda's ready.
I feel like that's really good advice for literally everything.
I mean, sometimes you got to be a dick.
Yeah. Okay. True. And I'm always like, I like a certain kind of asshole. That is my thing. I have a type.
Maybe don't be a dick to the people you love.
Yeah.
Some people, you got to pull it out.
Whip it out, please.
All right, Amanda, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Amanda. I'm a friend of Wes, and apparently he thinks I'm in a very good relationship. So first off, I have a question for Wes. What specifically makes him think my relationship is so good?
Because I see you two together, and you clearly like each other a lot.
We do, yeah.
And you have a lot of very mutual support that I was just talking about. So it's very obvious.
Yeah, I mean, my husband and I, we're just really good friends. Like, we met and we were friends for many years before we started dating. And I guess, that's my advice. Date people you know. Like, get to know people before you start thinking about dating them. Like, be friends first. And relationships aren't supposed to be hard work. I agree with Wes.
All right, so our themes are like your partner, and don't be so goal-oriented about things. All right, thank
And
you,
don't be a
Amanda.
dick.
But don't be a dick is important. Once you find somebody you like, don't be a dick to them.
But it's okay to have a dick.
It's okay to be a man. You heard it here first, people. It's okay.
This is Mary's entire brand.
Being a man is fine. It's good, actually. All right. Who else wants to share some relationship advice? Jen is pointing at Steven.
Well,
All right. This is veteran podcaster Steven Zuber.
thank you. Most famously known for being a guest a few times in The Mind Killer, which is great. So you guys mentioned finding a partner that likes you, and I think finding a partner that you like, what you just said, but like I don't know if that was said explicitly earlier. I think some people are so desperate to be in a relationship that they're totally willing to compromise a lot, and that's not a recipe for long-term happiness, not even really short-term happiness. And yeah, so I mean, don't just settle for the first person that will talk to you, right? And I think that's sounds like easy advice, but it's I think it's certainly been challenging for me in the past. I guess the other thing would be know and like yourself first. If you can love yourself, even better. But you don't really know what you like and who you are unless you take the time to get there. Maybe solo first. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should you be in a relationship before you get to know yourself the best?
I don't think you have to know yourself that well, but I do think you need to like yourself to be in a successful relationship, because my theory of like falling in love is a process of self-expansion where you like sort of expand your concept of yourself to include other people. And if you don't like yourself and you do that, you won't like them either. And if you don't treat yourself well, then you won't treat the other people in your life well, because they're kind of like a part of you. I like that.
I have a slightly different perspective on that. I think if you like yourself, then expanding your sense of self to include other people works really well. If you do not like yourself, and that's how you love people is by expanding your sense of self, then you're just expanding the circle of people that you treat like shit.
The circle of self.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a really good point, and I think yeah, you said it better than I ever could. Yeah, if you're just spreading more of, if you're not happy with yourself and you can try and I'm going to be happy through this person instead. That I see you shaking your head, and I can't think of a better way to articulate it. I think the other thing that I really love about my relationship is having a partner that makes you feel bigger and better and stronger, rather than the one that makes you feel weak and scared and fragile. And I've been there too, and those are that's a drag, and I wouldn't want that on the worst enemy.
All right, thank you, Steven. All right. Does anyone else have any tidbits of wisdom they want to share? I know you all have them in your minds that all of our vast listenership could benefit from. People are pointing at Eneash.
I'm pointing at
And
Jen.
Gina's pointing at Jen. What's that? You could come ask a
do that.
question. All right, but you have to introduce yourself first.
All right, I'm Nate, also known as the Cave of Wonders or Tiger Lava Lamp. So there was a tweet that I saw recently, not particularly authoritative, just a launching off point, where they were like, being a boyfriend is all about committing to the bit and pretending your girlfriend is a 10 out of 10. And like, I've been in one relationship in my life, and it was a problem that like, I didn't think that she was the most beautiful person in the world, and I didn't particularly care about this. I liked her and enjoyed her, and like, it was a big problem for her that I didn't think that she, like, I don't know. I'm like not the type of person to just say things that I don't mean. And so I'm like, this isn't important that you're the most beautiful person. And also I kind of have a special interest where I look at one face and look at another and try and be like, what is it about this face that I like and not this one? And like analyze this. And so all of these combinations are just like, how important do you think it is to say like, okay, like this person is actually like my favorite face or whatever, or is this an example of like somebody not liking themselves and wanting like validation from somebody else for it?
All right, I'm going to have a controversial take here. Brace yourselves, people. I think that you should not lie to your girlfriend. Amanda, do you have a comment? She has raised her hand, or you have to come up here and speak into the microphone.
So for what it's worth, I love my husband. I think he is extremely attractive. I also routinely mention that he is not a supermodel and he is not the hottest man who could ever live, ever. I'm just like, you are extremely hot and I love you. And you're also standing right in front of me, and that supermodel I see on the screen is not. So,
I mean, you have to bring it up all the time, but if he asks.
like once a year.
Once a year.
Yeah, no, but like maybe if you're dating someone who has that need for their partner to see them as this, the most beautiful person they've ever seen, I mean, maybe you aren't the right partner for them. If that's like a real need they have, then they should date someone who looks at them that way.
Yeah, I mean, I think I agree that yes, we should not pretend to be the thing that they want us to be, because at some point the game will end. And I mean, if you've like done this for a long time, you're like, oh no, you're 10 out of 10. You're the best, everything like that. I've always thought that. And then at some point they find out after you've like gotten married and it's like this whole thing. And then they're like, wait a minute, back in 1997, you didn't think you married me anyway. It's just a mess. So if that's like the most important thing to them, which is sort of unfortunate, but if that's the most important thing to them, yeah, you're not going to give it to them. So
yeah, if that's the most important thing to you, I recommend changing that. Because you're not the most beautiful person in the world. There will always be somebody who is just a little more perfect, and also people age, which can be beautiful, but will change the way you look in somewhat unpredictable ways.
And another point there is like if you find that like in order to be in a good relationship, you have to be secure with yourself enough to not need to be lied to. So
yeah, if you find yourself wishing that your partner would lie to you, it indicates there's a problem somewhere.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. What was your actual name? Nate. Thank you, Nate. All right. David is coming up. He looks like he has something to say. All right, David, introduce yourself.
I'm David, and no more needs to be said. You guys have been talking a lot about good relationships. I'm single right now, and I'm going to say the thing that bothers me the most, especially about my other guy friends. Just talk to them. Just try. The worst that happens is you have a funny story. If they say no, you shrug your shoulders and you say, I understand. It's your loss, but c'est la vie. And you walk away. Just try.
That's also very good advice. There's a lot of advice out there for single people. And a lot of it is like way, way down the list of things. Like most of the advice you see, I think is like 70% of it's good advice, but it's like not prioritized well. The number one thing that you should do if you're single and you don't want to be single is ask people out. That is how you stop being single.
What's an example of bad hard?
Steven wants to know what's an example of like advice that's badly prioritized. Fixing your like working out specific muscles. Being yourself. Being yourself's pretty good, but like developing specific like personality aspects or mannerisms. There's a lot of advice about that I'm like, yeah, that'll probably help you, but like not if you're not going to ask people out.
and like taking up magic, like magic tricks at the bar and negging. That's great advice I've heard.
I mean, magic tricks are pretty cool. I think so. Somebody tweeted the other day, they're like, how did magic become low status? Look at this guy. This is amazing. And I was like, that is amazing.
Yeah, and that guy should get laid. It's when people come over and they're bad at magic and they're like, look, I read a book and I'm going to do this 3-card Monty.
Yeah, so that's good. That's good dating advice. Be good at stuff, not bad at stuff. But first, ask people out.
Or enjoy yourself while you're being bad at stuff.
Oh, that's true. But then, doesn't that make you good at stuff if you're enjoying it?
Maybe.
No.
Oh, all right. Everyone says no. All right. So enjoy being bad at stuff.
That is a skill, because that's committing to the bit.
Yes.
And while I said you shouldn't lie to your partner, committing to the bit is great. When that is what you're trying to do, where you're like, okay, this is my thing. Nothing is more attractive to me than a really funny person. So if you come over and you're just bomb the magic, but you're hysterical while you're doing it, I'm like, well, the magic wasn't the show. This was, like the face and being hilarious.
And I have many real life examples of this because I occasionally host karaoke. And the best karaoke singers are not talented singers. They are people who sing a song that they really like and they completely commit to it. And it doesn't matter if they're on key. They can just scream the whole time or whatever. If they're super into it, then the audience is going to be super into it.
And just for evidence, many years ago, I saw Wes do "Bat Out of Hell" at karaoke. long ago, and I
Not very well.
and it was amazing. It was amazing. I mean, he goes on like he can't sing. He can, obviously. If anyone went to Solstice, he can very much sing.
We sang Bad NFL at Thursday Night
He
Karaoke.
did, and every time he does it, he usually does it for me. Because when I sat there, I was like, I'm going to marry that man. Because of a Meatloaf song that's like 7 minutes long. It's amazing.
It's actually 10 minutes long, but I skipped a bunch of parts. All right. Does anyone else want to come share any relationship advice?
Or ask a question. That was a good thing, too.
All right. If not, I think Mary has something to
Okay,
say.
I have one more piece of advice that I just realized I can give myself for being better at using this microphone. I just have to think of it like a dick, and it totally works.
Wait, you can't put it in your mouth.
like just the anticipation of it.
All right. Mary has learned to use the microphone just in time to finish the podcast. Unless you want to come share some relationship advice or a question about relationships. Oh, no, you can't. This is your last chance because we're ending the podcast.
Come on. Anyone else have some content? Because we didn't create any.
Yeah, give us your content. Then we'll monetize it and not share it with you.
Exposure.
Yeah, you get paid in exposure.
Anonymous exposure.
Yes, Amanda. All right, what's your question? You have to come speak into the microphone.
Think of it like a dick.
I think of it like an ice cream cone, for the record.
Fair.
Does anyone have any poly-specific relationship advice that they want to talk about?
I mean, I think most poly-specific relationship advice is pretty applicable to most relationships. I mean, the whole reason we're poly is we thought that like that's the best way to do a relationship. Not like we want to be poly and we reason backward from there. We're like, no, we want to have like a really loving and supportive and caring relationship, and that monogamy I don't think is compatible with that. So all my relationship advice is general purpose. Mary, do you have any poly-specific relationship advice?
I mean, this does apply to any relationship, but like really diving into the compersion and like really like get excited about your partner, getting excited about other people and things and stuff like that.
And if you want to hear more on that, go back and listen to episode 2. It's all about compersion. Gina, do you have any advice?
I'm going to give the most practical one that everyone here should know if you're poly, but Google Calendars. It's good. Google Calendars is great this is also for any relationship. I feel like sharing calendars, because I do this with, in the past, I've done this with bands. I've done this with like friends that I do things with all the time. It's just when you have a lot of people and things to schedule, if everyone can kind of just see your calendars, then you're not like fighting over time. You can see what is ahead and be like, I would like that time slot. So that's practical advice. Not really emotional advice, except that people often are like, you have no time for me. I'm like, well, it's not that don't want to give you time. It's that here is what my schedule looks like. So
Unless it is that.
Well, I'm not going to say this to them. I'm not going to be like, oh, it's my calendar, if that's the case.
Remember the advice about dating people you like. Oh, all right. Ellie has a question.
So I'm Ellie. Is this on? Okay. Okay.
I say you should, I always say just kind of make out with it. But
Okay.
whatever.
All right. Well, here I am. How do you guys deal with heartbreak and ending things with people? I mean, if you're dating people you really like, how do you deal with the sort of turnover?
Emotional devastation. That's the actual advice. I mean, that's what I actually do. Yeah, it's really sad, and you just got to be sad for a while, and that's life, man. I think it's worth it to have good things in your life that when they leave or when it's over, then you be sad and let yourself be sad.
Yes, let yourself be sad, but also you can learn to enjoy the heartbreak and like just dive into it and play sad music and just like revel in it and really feel it. I get to where I look forward to heartbreak, and so that means I can just fall in love as often as I want with as many people as I want to, and like the heartbreak is gonna come and it's gonna be great and I'm gonna love it.
I actually do the same thing. I had told a story about this at Solstice last year. No, 2 years ago. Was it last year? Where I fell in love at Vibecamp. And it was awful and doomed. And we broke up like a month later. And I was so heartbroken and sad. But I like experienced a range of emotions I don't usually get to experience. So that was like really exciting and somewhat enjoyable. And I got to listen to all these sad music and really connect with it in ways that I hadn't before. And I'm like, oh yeah, man. And I could listen to my emo music and be like, this guy really gets me. Well, normally I'm just like, whatever. I don't feel like that. This guy's a wimp. Why doesn't he stop whining about his feelings? I don't have any feelings.
And also, this is especially good advice when the parting of ways is kind of like that, where, you know, it's like it's mutual.
Yeah, nobody's like, no, we have to stay together.
Or like the reason you're breaking up is some kind of awful reason, like why, you know, the other people did things to each other. Like there's anger. When the heartbreak is simply, I loved this relationship and now for whatever reason that makes sense, you know, it's over. So you can kind of go through those. You don't think so much about like, it was me. Here's why I was so flawed and all these different things. And that's why it didn't work out. Like you can, this kind of sorrow it's like the one that makes you feel alive, because you're like, I get to feel all these things and I'm not a robot, you know, I get to go through that. When it's heartbreak that is painful for other reasons, hopefully you have that's when you kind of need support, I think, because that can be really hard and you start turning, you know, trying to tell stories about who that other person was and who you are because of it and things. And that's really, really hard. And not, I don't think, particularly fun. I don't think putting on, you know, Smashing Pumpkins or whatever helps with that particularly, but I'm sorry, I'm emo night. I'm still thinking about it. But yes, I agree that I think letting yourself feel is kind of a gift that these things in our lives can give us.
Yeah, not to get too Buddhist about it, but all things are temporary. And it's, you can be sad something is over, but still have gratitude that it happened if it was good. And if it was bad, you can have gratitude that it's over. So either way, there's something to be grateful for.
That's true. I forgot about that. When you're like, go me, I'm not in that anymore. That's pretty, then you're like, freedom. You know, that's a really good feeling too. You can be sad and glad at the same time.
All right. Does anyone else have anything they want to share? Yes. Come on up.
All right. Feels like a dumb question from a poly standpoint, when you're talking about breaking up, like, is there just like a minimum amount of time that like once you cross over and like you're not spending with them, like you decide like, I don't really have friendship breakups. I kind of just like not like stop spending time with those people. So like, what is the ritual or like sort of like threshold at which you cross to say like, I don't want to do this anymore and like we're officially broken up, versus like it just kind of petering out and you stop answering their texts, or like you did something and then you never make plans again with them, or something like this, if that makes sense.
I don't know. My breakups tend to happen like friendships too, where it's just kind of like we stop texting too often, but then like sometimes we see each other later and we're like back in it and it's fine.
I think it's kind of an individual thing. Like if you're very close with them, then you probably have to have a conversation. If it's very casual, you might not have to.
But I don't think that's a poly specific thing.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, all the kids in their situationships these days. He made a face, listeners.
Yeah, especially in a poly context, like we're all sort of elder polys at this point.
Elder polys.
So, you know, Wes and I talk a good game. We had a very dramatic few years, many years ago, where we were in like multiple very intense relationships, and it was a whole thing, and like none of those breakups were silent.
Oh yes, those had actual breakups.
It was a whole thing, to the point where I now refer to them as my League of Evil Exes. Like, what's it, Scott Pilgrim? Yeah, it was like that for a few years, where I was like, you know, do people need to fight? I don't know.
If anyone has advice on partner selection, that would be helpful. We used to be quite bad at that.
So bad, very bad. I mean, we're good at finding each other, and that we're the ones that survived, so that was good. But we were like, man, we were bad at that for a long time. You have?
Amanda has more to say.
Yeah, so So my husband and I, like, we agreed we were going to be poly right off the bat, but like for the first 5 years, we were too lazy to actually like date anybody. Yeah, like
I love that.
yeah, like, well, because we thought it would be hard work and we thought it would be annoying and take a lot of time. And then last summer, I decided to ask someone out and kind of spur of the moment. And yeah, I basically, like, there's a guy I really looked up to. And so
It's okay. You can say who it was.
This is the crowd for it. They probably know who he is.
Yeah, so I'm Amanda, and back in 2024, I won the ACX book review contest. And the next time I saw Scott Alexander was like 8 months later, and he was like really awesome in person. I was like, wait a minute, I could ask him out. And I asked my husband like really quick, hey, are you okay if I ask him out? He's like, of course I'm okay with this. We're poly. What are you talking about? So yeah, I asked him out and it was really nice. And the like partner selection after that, I ended up like, so Scott has a lot of partners and it's really like, I've had a really great relationship with like my metamors and his other partners. And I basically just asked around, and one of my metamors was like, oh yeah, you should get to know so-and-so. He's really sweet. I was like, oh, okay. So then I asked him out and it's been great. So yeah, like if you're poly, the easiest way to get new dates is to just ask your metamors about their partners. Honestly, that's my best advice.
Crowdsource, people.
Yeah.
All right, Gina, it's your responsibility to find me dates then.
But we like such different people. Well, I guess not that different people.
At least
true.
one of the same people.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Any more comments or questions or things you want to share with our vast audience? Oh, Ellie has something.
I feel like staying on the topic of partner selection, I feel like the way I got better at it after being terrible at it for a solid 5 years, thank you, was remembering to really take a lot of time before attaching and doing a lot of vetting, like a solid couple of months. I think that's the main mistake I see people make, is like attaching really quickly, really early on, and they're really just attaching to like a projection. And that is occasionally when you get into situations where you're with somebody you don't really like because you thought they were somebody else.
All right. Thank you, Ellie. All right. Eneash has something to say.
I'm sorry to come up simply to contradict you, but but I really like attaching very early and very hard, and it is a wonderful feeling, and that just comes with the be willing to, like, on the second date, be like, oh my God, I was so very, very wrong. We are breaking up right now. Because I've had to do that too, and it sucks. But God, that really initial strong attachment at first is great.
I'm actually on Eneash's team, but I'm also on team Love the Heartbreak.
Yeah, if you do love the heartbreak, then you can attach early on and also detach early on.
Yeah,
And
the trouble is if you attach early and can't detach.
that's a problem.
All right, we have a couple newcomers. You guys want to, Okerville River, I love them. Do you guys have anything about relationships you want to share? Any piece of advice? Any question you want to ask? Anything that our giant, huge audience could benefit from? Or you have to come up and talk into the microphone because we're recording. He said he came to
Happy accidents. Come and be on our podcast. That's our new slogan. Sex and sensibility. Come for the hat.
Up. We peer pressured him into it.
I guess I don't have anything crazy to say, just that we've been together about 10, 11 years, and I brought her to Vibecamp, and we got married, and it's just really, really great. Well, we were we were in school together. We went on a trip, which is like a fake service trip to China. It's like a 2-week trip. We did 4 hours of service, so very industrious. And I was studying Chinese, and she was not, and the trip was extremely disorganized. Like people would be split up without a Chinese speaker at all, and I was able to, like, I recognized it was to my advantage to move at that time, and I did, and it worked out really well. Actually, on the flight back, we were seated near each other, but not next to each other, and I asked the guy next to her, some random guy, is it okay if we switch seats? And he, without knowing that he was going from a middle seat to an aisle seat, an upgrade, he just said, sight unseen, he said yes. And we got to sit together for, a trans-Pacific flight. So it's like 15 hours. And if he had said no, we probably, I think, would not be together right now. But those hours together, like right next to each other, just really helped us bond and helped us get where we are today. So if anyone ever asks me on an airplane, I will always switch seats.
All right, you hear that? Have agency and have skills.
It's a real Napoleon Dynamite
Girls
reference.
really like guys with skills. Like nunchucks. God, I hope not.
Get a Substack. Just kidding.
Does it have to be successful?
Define successful.
Aren't we all in the blogosphere?
All right, I think that's it. Unless we have any more volunteers, any more sacrificial lambs. All right, well, that's our podcast then. Gina, you want to do our outro?
Thank you for tuning in. Wish you were here at Vibecamp. That would have been the coolest thing. Then you could have been on the podcast. But thank you for tuning in.
A lot cooler if you did.
This was really fun. Thank you to our audience for playing along and giving such interesting questions and advice. This has been a really fun weekend. This is like my favorite Vibecamp so far. So this is our my third one, and it's been really awesome. So I'm so happy to be recording one of the episodes here. So this will be coming out next week for all of you at home, and we'll talk to you real soon after that.
Bye.
Bye.
Everybody say bye.
Bye.